Hello guys to another video. As I recently said in a previous video, this is where I combined two builds. So we have almost every aspect covered that we need for a good build. Um, this is going to seem very familiar to my other Hunter Void build I recently posted. But basically what we have here, we have very nice boss DPS and very nice horde clear. So yeah, let's get into it. Starting with our exotic weapon. I'm using the Leviathan's Breath. This is a very powerful bow. Which fires a massive bolt that stuns unshielded combatants and is very strong against unstoppable champions. And the unstoppable champions are the very tanky ones. So this one is going to grind through them. Now I do have the exotic. Not everyone will have this. Anyways, what the the catalyst. My bad. I do have the catalyst. Not everyone will have the catalyst. But what the catalyst will do, draw time decreases after every precision hit. So every headshot or other weak point hits. Now, as you see here, down in the corner, we have draw time 1328. On other bows, that is way less. Here, Neoptal, 676. Here, 600. You get the point. And what the catalyst will do is increase the maximum quiver size from, I believe, 9 arrows you can hold to 14 or 15. The other things it will do, when fully drawn, the bolt creates a large concussive blast that knocks combats back and makes the combatants volatile. And these are the other two perks. So yeah, I love this bow. Very strong, great to pair with our super we currently have equipped. Going back to that later. Now we have Graviton Forfeit as our exotic helmet, because of our increased invisibility effects. And whenever we gain invisibility, our grenade melee and class abilities will recharge faster. At max stacks of Vanishing Shadow, we gain a Void Overshield. Now you trigger Vanishing Shadow every time you enter invisibility. So, for instance, we enter invisibility, we gain our first stack. When we get out of invisibility and get into invisibility again, which is going to be a lot with this build, we gain our second stack, and doing that for a last time, we gain our third stack, and we gain the Void Overshield. You're basically, whenever there are mobs around you, at least, you're going to have a Void Overshield almost all the time, which gives a huge boost to this build's survivability. For mods, we have Dynamo, because it's pretty important. We get a super, certainly when we have a lot of bosses or mini bosses in the encounter we're doing. Heavy ammo finder, just so we get a little bit of a boost towards our heavy ammo meter, so we can shoot more arrows with our Leviathan's Breath. And lastly, a Harmonic Siphon, so our void weapon kills will create orbs of power, which is going to be all the time because we use a void hand cannon. Yes. Then on our grips we have firepower. We show our grenade final blows, we create orbs of power, which is going to be all the time too because of Graviton Forfeit's perk. Impact induction, causing damage with a powered melee attack, reduces your grenade cooldown. You could also switch this one for more momentum transfer, because grenades, well, all our abilities are going to regen fast, but I prefer having our grenade up more a lot rather than our melee up a lot. And lastly, bolstering detonation. Whenever we cause damage with a grenade, our class ability will recharge faster. On the chest we have arc resistance, solar resistance, and area of effect resistance. Just the usual. On our legs, 2 times the void weapon surge, and a harmonic scavenger, so we get bonus ammo when we pick it up for the weapon, for void weapons that we use. And on our cloak we have powerful attraction, reaper, and time dilation, just the usual. For other weapons, I'm using most Athanor with the stabilizing rounds. Very important to have a weapon with the stabilizing rounds in this build. Doesn't matter whether that's a hand cannon or another weapon, as long as it has the stabilizing rounds. That's the most important perk on our weapon that we have in this build. And I am using a sniper rifle at the moment because of anti-barrier sniper rifle. If you want to use a grenade launcher, a fusion rifle, a pulse rifle, whatever, just this slot doesn't matter at all. Just take what you want. For our subclass we have Void, of course. We're using Shadow Shot Mobius Quiver, because this is the best boss DPS super when it comes to the Void subclass. Gambler's Dodge, so we can get our Snare Bomb back. Of course, Snare Bomb. Scatter Grenade, this is personally just my favorite grenade, deals a lot of damage to over a large area as well. For Aspect, On the Prowl, and Stylex Executioner. On the Prowl we have Invisibility, will mark a priority target. Yes. Defeating this priority target, we will create a weakening cloud of smoke. When we pass through it, and allies also, we will gain invisibility. And when you defeat a priority target, you and nearby allies gain increased reload speed, stability on your weapons, and are granted grenade, melee, and claws ability energy. On Stylus Executioner we have, whenever we defeat a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target, we're getting granted invisibility and true sight, ultimately proccing our On the Prowl immediately. And well, the Stylex Execution itself with the melee damage buff isn't going to be used in this build, but still, we gain invisibility, which is most important. For fragments we have Echo of Reprisal. Final blows when surrounded by combatants grant super energy. Echo of Persistence, void buffs applied to us have increased duration. This will work for invisibility, overshield, and devour. Very nice to have. Echo of Instability, defeating targets with grenades grants volatile rounds to our void weapons. This is going to be a lot because we get grenade energy from On the Prowl, from Graviton Forfeit. So yeah, we're going to have volatile rounds a lot. Echo of Harvest, defeating a weakened target creates an Orb of Power and the Void Breach. Very nice to have. And lastly, picking up a Void Breach or an Orb of Power grants Devour. Devour you're going to want to have almost all the time, because as you can see at the top right here, while you have Devour, Final Blows will restore health, giving us way more survivability, and grant additional grenade energy, so we can keep using grenades, which of course is going to give us volatile rounds, and you get it, we're going to have an insane ad clear on this build. Now this is a combination of two builds. First, I made a video about this before. We have this build with the Black Talon, so we can kill mini bosses, champions, all of those very easily. The only thing I struggled with in this build was boss DPS. So I paired this build with a build I got from YouTuber Mactix. I really would say that you check him out, because he has a lot of builds. He's very good at the game, so really, I'll put the link in the description of his channel. He's a great YouTuber, honestly. So yeah, I used this build where he has very good boss DPS. I personally struggled with Horde Clear on this build. So I do want to give you a quick overview from this build. Just to show you the damage this can do and the rotation. I'm not going to go deep into this build. We're going on this build, we're using Leviathan's Breath, Orpheus Rig. These are the mods. Just look at the pictures and pick them in your build. And for subclass, we are having Underpel, Stardust Executioner, Echo of Persistence, Echo of Starvation, Echo of Undermining, Echo of Instability, and Echo of Reprisal. We have Scatter Grenade, Gambler's Dodge, and our super is Mobius Quiver. Quick overview from the build. Now this build has, as I will show you right now, it has great boss DPS. My favorite rotation with this is just whenever there's a boss, throw my grenade, snare bomb, grenade, dodge, another snare bomb, Mobius Quiver, and then we start making headshots with our Leviathan's Breath to fill up our Mobius Quiver bar very quickly and deal a lot of additional damage with Leviathan's Breath. And whenever our super is very low and almost out of what's it called, super energy, we're going to shoot the last two shots, and I always just continue shooting with Leviathan's Breath till it's empty. And then we have dealt almost 40k of damage with almost 1000 DPS. So yeah, as you can see, this is a very good build when you want to get rid of bosses very easily. And as I said before, only thing I struggled with this build is the Horde Clear. So that is why, as you saw, 40k. So now I'm going to take the combined build. I don't have Orpheus Rig there, but I'm gonna show you why that doesn't matter at all. Keep 40k damage in mind. Starting up with the same rotation. Shoot one arrow. Fill up the Mobius Quiver bar. shoot, the Leviathan's Breath, because it deals a shit ton of damage. Shoot our last shot, additional damage, and keep on shooting till the Leviathan's Breath is empty. So we kinda have an idea of what the max potential of this build is. As you can see, every time we weaken it when we have a full draw arrow. Now, on the DPS main build, we had 40k. On this build, only 6k damage less. Now, personally, I think that 6k really isn't that important. Of course, 6k is quite a lot of damage, but I mean, on this build we have great DPS, as you see, and we have very nice horde clear. So I think that a 6k damage drop is worth it if we have nice horde clear. Now I will show this build on a mission where I can really show you guys the DPS on a boss, while additionally also showing you guys the horde clear it has. So yeah, personally I love this build. It's very great to finally have a build that we have great DPS on and great horde clear. So let's get into the mission then, and I'll show you guys how good this build is in my opinion. Now it's definitely not a meta build or something, but it's still a very good build. Alright,
Quality checked your weapons for you. Should be all set for this mission in Solitude.
Nice. Put them to good use, Guardian.
Combination build. As you can see, we just reused our grenade, and now we already have it back because whenever we kill enemies, we gain energy, and of course our other ability too. We don't use those as much as the grenade. I personally don't. I haven't encountered much champions yet with this build, but I do think that killing champions with this build won't be very hard to do, so that's nice. Just checking for VM, because we do want more for Leviathan's Breath. Yes. See, we already have a super back, well, full, not back. yet. So yeah. A lot of supers. Definitely when we just keep killing as much as we can. See, barrier champions are dealt with easily. These guys. This mission we have a boss at the end, so you can already see this build has quite a bit board clear, and later on you will see the DPS on the boss. Champions are... Alright, I don't know what to do with Overlord champions on this build, sadly. I can do enough damage without the sword. Just a bow. So I'm going to ignore him for a moment. Of course I could use my super, but I don't really feel like using my super at the moment. See, barrier champions are very easily dealt with. Overlord is just personally for me the hardest to deal with. See this, the Fighter's Breath bow deals shitloads of damage. So that's probably my favorite bow in the entire game because of the great damage it has. Of course, when using the Leviathan's row, because it has such a great damage, our Mobius Quiver bar will be full in, like, when you deal a headshot at least, it will be one arrow and it's full. this is the strongest boss damn it. But it also, as you saw in the shooting range, it is very nice damage. Of course it is. Then we have multiple tanky enemies. This is a bit harder of a build to use. So yes, that's really one small problem. We already have a super bag, so technically against that overload champion I could have used it and probably would have had it back for the boss we face. So yeah. Finish this boss with another rotation as usual. Finish it off with Boomer and Spada. So yeah, Macrophastus isn't the best.
All done. Exemplary craftsmanship, Guardian. Think we'll see enemy reinforcements? Hard to say.
But,
When that time comes.
I mean, it's still a very nice build to use. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll put the links of the both builds I combined in the description and the YouTube channel of Mactix, the build I used, the DPS build I used. So yeah, check it all out, I would say. Hope you enjoyed it, and till the next time.